Hey guys, it's Mark Cabana here, and in this video I'm going to go over how to analyze the report data gathered in the reputation management module. If you haven't already watched my video that covers how to create and run reputation reports, I strongly suggest doing so before watching this video to ensure that your reputation report is set up to correctly gather the proper data that will be covered in this video. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is click on a reputation report. We'll give it a few seconds to load here, and after I do that, to the right here in the Summary tab, I'm going to see some overall average summary metrics for the given reputation report run. I'm going to see the total number of reviews that Places Scout was able to find for this reputation report run. I'm going to see the average rating across all reviews that were found. Beneath that, I will see some average summary metrics for this given reputation report run. And if I click on this word cloud here, I'm going to get this really neat feature that's basically going to show me the most common words that were used to describe this business in all the reviews that were gathered for this reputation report. Now, I'm actually going to cover the rest of this summary tab last because I think it might make a little bit more sense to go over some of the other tabs first. That way you better understand what these metrics mean and how they pertain to the reviews that were gathered. So I'd like to start by going over the Google Reputation tab, and we'll go here now. So the Google Reputation tab is going to essentially show you all of the reviews that are on the business's Google Plus local page. So what Places Scout does is it's going to go out and it's going to harvest all the business's reviews that are on their Plus local page, and it's going to display them to you in this tab. At the top, you're going to see a box that says Google Reputation Summary. And this box is going to provide you with some general overall metrics for the Google reviews for this business that are on the business's Google Plus local page. So here you'll see the total number of reviews that the business has on their Plus local page. You'll see the average Google rating across all those reviews as Google shows the rating. The next you're going to see is the average raw rating. Now this is the actual rating that I compute for all the reviews that I found. And you might notice a slight difference between the average rating, which is the average overall rating that Google displays, and the average raw rating, which is the rating I compute. And the reason is because that Google sometimes filters out certain reviews when they calculate the rating. So I figured I'd provide another metric, which is the average rating that I compute for all the reviews that were found on their Google Plus local page. To the right of that, I'm going to see the average page 1 rating. And what this is the average rating of all the reviews that lie on the first page of their Google Plus local page. So why is this important? This is important because this is the average rating of all the reviews that people first see whenever they go to the business's Google Plus local page. So if I go to my browser and I go to this Businesses Plus local page, that rating will be the average rating of all these reviews that we see first here on their Plus local page without having to click the More button. So that's a very important metric because this is the average rating of all the reviews that people see first without having to click the More button to load more reviews. And you know, typically people aren't really going to dig, too deep into these pages. They might read 1 or 2 pages, and after that, it's they're going to make their decision based on the reviews that they saw. They're not going to dig 20 pages deep to read reviews. So that's what that average page 1 rating metric is. Next, I'm going to see the average review sentiment score, which is the average sentiment score for each individual review on their Google Plus local page. So Places Scout has the ability to perform sentiment analysis, which essentially can scan reviews and basically check to see whether or not the review has negative or positive connotation associated with it. So down here you'll see the reviews and you'll see a sentiment score for each review. Now this sentiment calculation, it's not entirely 100% accurate now, so it might be a little flaky and it might not be right for all the reviews. So I'm actually working on getting a better sentiment analysis score for these reviews. So you can see here this rating for this review was 4, but the sentiment was 22%. So I am working on creating a better sentiment analysis algorithm, but it is what it is for now. So, that would be the average review sentiment across all reviews. And then next, you're going to get the photo video count for their Google Plus local page. Basically, how many photos are being shown on their Plus local page. The last thing you'll see in the summary box at the top to the right here is the rating distribution widget. So what this shows you is how many reviews the business had that were 5-star reviews, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, and 1-star reviews. So that just basically shows you how many reviews of each rating this business has on their Plus local page. Next, Let's take a look at the grid view down below that shows each of the individual reviews that are on the business's Google Plus local page. So in this grid view, you're going to get a list of all the reviews that the business has on their Plus local page. You're going to get the position of the review, which is where this review lies on their Plus local page. You'll get the page number, so if you see main page, that means it's the very first page. You'll get the date of the review. You'll get the rating of the review, the text of the review, as well as who reviewed it, and then you'll get the sentiment score. So as I scroll through this grid view, you can see how you can see every review that the business has on their Plus local page. The position, the page, the date, the rating, the text, and the sentiment score. The page is actually hyperlinkable, so you can actually click on this to go to that business's Plus local page. So essentially you're going to get a list of all the reviews this business has, and this allows you to analyze all their reviews as well as filter these reviews down based on a bunch of available filters in Places Scout that I'm going to cover now. So one of the important things you might want to do when either prospecting a business for reputation management services or simply reporting to your client is to show them all the bad reviews that they currently have. So you can actually click on this filter button here, and a menu is going to display that shows all the available filters that Places Scout has to narrow down these reviews. So you can filter these reviews based on the min and max rating, the position, the page, the date, and the sentiment score. So if I only wanted to see a list of bad reviews for this business, I can set the minimum rating to 0, and we can set the maximum rating, say, to 2. And when I do that, what's left in the grid view is all the bad reviews that this business has. So, this is big if you want to show a business, all the bad reviews they have and, tell them, hey, look, you need some reputation management services because look at all the bad reviews you have. One thing I want to mention is in regards to how I display the ratings in this grid view. So when Google switched over to the Plus local page format, they essentially are using this new rating, which is the Zagat rating score out of 30. So you'll see here their overall rating is 18 out of 30, and for each individual review, you get a score of 3 out of 3. So what I actually do, because I don't really think a rating out of 30 makes that much sense, I think people better understand a rating out of 5, is I just simply take that rating value out of 30 and I normalize it to out of 5 simply by dividing it by 6. So all these average rating values you see here, as well as the ratings for each individual reviews, are going to be the actual rating you see, but it's going to be normalized out of 5 instead of out of 30 or 3 for each individual review. Next, to clear any applied filters to the grid view, simply click on the Filters button and click the Reset Clear All Filters button you see in this menu. And when I do that, it's going to clear all the filters and restore the grid view data to how it was originally. So there's a couple other things I can do with this grid view. In the upper right corner, there's a Search Reviews box. So if I want to search these reviews for any given word, I can just type in a word and hit Enter, and it's only going to show me reviews that contain that word that I typed. So if I only want to see reviews that have the word best, I type in best, I hit enter, and you can see here all the reviews have been filtered down to only reviews that contain the word best. In addition, the word that you search for is bolded in the review text, so you can easily pick out where that word is inside the review. To the right of the search box, you will see a Save button here, and this allows you to export the grid view data to either CSV, Excel, HTML, or PDF formats. So if you want to get this data out of Places Scout, you can use this button to export the data to these formats. And you can actually choose to export all the results you see in the grid view or only the selected results. So say I only want to export these 2 reviews here, I can simply check them using this checkbox next to each review, and then using the Export button up here, I can choose to only select to export selected results and then go ahead and export my data. When I do this, Places Scout will only export the reviews I've selected in the grid view. The last thing I'll cover is the options available when you right-click a result in the grid view. So if I right-click on this result, I can choose to copy the selected cell data to the clipboard. I can actually hide the selected row. So if I don't want to see this row and I want to export the results without this row, I can just choose to hide it, and then it will disappear from the grid view. I can also choose to show all rows, which will show that row back in the grid view, and I can also choose to reset and clear all the filters. So that's pretty much the flexibility of these grid views. You can also sort these grid views any way you'd like. By default, they're sorted by position, which is the order the reviews appear on their Plus Local page. If I wanted to sort by rating, I can simply click on the rating column to sort by that column. And I can do that with any other column. I can just simply click on the column header, and the grid view will sort the data based on that column. So that's pretty much it for the Google Reputation tab. Essentially, this tab is only going to show you Google reviews. So let's move on to the Reviews tab here. So the Reviews tab is going to show you reviews found from all the third-party review sites such as TripAdvisor, Yelp, Urban Spoon, and so forth. This tab is not going to contain the Google reviews, as we've separated those into its own separate tab. So at the top, you will see the overall reviews summary tab, which is going to give you your total third-party reviews, the average rating, the average sentiment, the average page 1 rating, and all the photos and videos found. So this tab has two different views. The first view you see here is the summary view by source. And what this view shows you is a list of all the reviews for each of the sources. So you see what the source is. You're going to get a URL to the listing for that review site. So I can click on this and it's going to pull up, say, the TripAdvisor listing in my browser. To the right of that, I'm going to get the total reviews on this review site. I'm going to get the average rating as displayed on that actual review site. So that will always be what the review site shows here as the average rating. Going back to Place a Scout, I'll get the average raw rating, which again is the average rating I compute for all the reviews. I'll get the average page 1 review rating for this particular review source, in this case TripAdvisor. I'll get the average review sentiment and the number of photos found for this source. So the reason this is called the summary view by source is because this particular view here groups all the reviews by the source. So here we get the TripAdvisor reviews and the TripAdvisor rating, and I can actually click the plus arrow next to this result to view all the particular TripAdvisor reviews for this business. So I can do that for any one of these sources I have here. I just simply click the plus arrow and I can see all the reviews that are for this business for this given source. One thing I do want to mention is that some of these review sources do not actually have ratings for reviews. So for example, if I go to, say, Urban Spoon here, you'll see that there's no average raw rating because Urban Spoon actually doesn't have ratings for individual reviews. What you'll see is an average percentage of how many people like this business, and if we actually go down to the reviews for this business, the only thing they really have is a likes it and doesn't like it value. So for some of these sources you might not actually see individual ratings for the reviews. So if I look at the TripAdvisor reviews, the rating says NA, and that's simply because Urban Spoon does not allow you to actually have a 1 to 5 rating for each review. So next, I'm going to show you how to view the individual reviews view. So again, the default view you see here is all the reviews grouped by source. If we click this button with the magnifying glass in the upper left-hand corner, I'm going to get options to view either the summary view by review source, which is what we see now, or the individual reviews view. So I'm going to click that next. And what we get here is instead of the reviews being grouped by source, we're going to see all the individual reviews across all the sources displayed. So we see all the Yelp reviews, all the TripAdvisor reviews sorted by position here. So again, this is going to show you all the individual reviews for this business, and it's not going to group them by source. And again, you can use the filters button here to filter down these reviews based on any of the available filters. So if I only wanted to see the bad reviews, I can set the min and max ratings to say 0 and 2. And what's left in the grid view is all their bad ratings. I can also search all these reviews. So say I type in worst, it's going to leave me with all the reviews where someone said the word worst in the review text. So that's pretty much it for this tab. Again, the purpose of this tab is to show you all the third-party reviews from all the third-party review sites, and this tab does not contain the Google reviews. So next, let's move on to the social media tab. So the social media tab is going to give us an overall summary of the business's social media on Facebook, Twitter, as well as all their website URL social media statistics. So this tab needs a little bit of improvement. You really can't do much with this for now. There's no way to export it, but I will have that functionality available in my next release of Place a Scout. But what you do get at the top is a summary of their Facebook fan page metrics. So the total number of times people have liked the page, how many times people have checked into it, and so forth. To the right here, this website link shared summary, this is essentially the social media metrics for the business's website. So this would be how many times people like the business's website URL on Facebook, how many times people have shared it and commented on it. And beneath that, I can see all the business's social media posts. So again, this does need some improvement. Right now, essentially what it's going to do is it's going to go to their Facebook page and their Twitter page, and it's going to grab all their posts they have on those pages. Now, what I think is more important and what I need to add to this tab is not what the business is posting about themselves on Facebook and Twitter, but what other people are saying about this business on Facebook and Twitter. So I'm going to try to include that in my next release of Place to Scout, because really, what you're interested in reputation with social media is what others are saying about the business. So I'd like to have what I have now, but also have a section of what other people are saying about this business on both Facebook and Twitter. So that's all for the social media tab. Again, I do plan on improving this greatly in a future release of Place to Scout. So let's move on to the activity feed tab here. So while the Google Reputation tab shows the Google reviews for the business, the Reviews tab shows the third-party reviews for the business, and the Social Media tab shows the social media posts for the business, the Activity Feed tab is going to be a combination of all three of those tabs. So you're going to see everything in this activity feed from anywhere from the Google reviews to the third-party reviews to their social media posts. So this is basically a list of everything. And by default, this is sorted by date because this is essentially made to be the most recent activity for this business. Where the most recent reviews are, and kind of just almost like a Facebook wall where the most recent things that are being said about this business are being displayed in this tab. So you can do some things with this tab that you can do in the other grids. You can filter down the data using the available filters. You can search for any of the activity. You can export it. And there's also some other things that you can do using this button up here. You can choose to show only, you can choose to show all the activity. You can choose to show only the new reviews that were found in this run compared to the previous run. You can choose to show the new social media posts, and you can choose to show the lost reviews. So the activity feed is straightforward. It's simply a combination of those other three tabs. And next I'm going to move on to the summary tab, and I'm going to show you how to use these new reviews and social media posts, as there's links on that tab that allow you to do so. So what the summary tab provides is overall metrics for all the reviews and social media posts found in this given reputation report run. So in the upper right hand corner, I get the total reviews that Place to Scout found for this reputation report run. I get the average rating across all reviews found. Beneath that, I'm going to get some average summary metrics for this run. I'll get the average page 1 review rating, the average sentiment score, the total number of new reviews found for this given run, as well as the total lost reviews. Beneath that, in the Review Velocity tab, I'm going to see some metrics here. I'm going to get the change in average rating since the last run. So this is the fluctuation in the average rating since the last time we ran this report. We're going to see the change in average rating in the last week, the last year. We're going to see the new reviews found in the past week, month, and year. And we're also going to get metrics for the average weekly, monthly, and yearly reviews that are left for this business. So with these metrics here, you can kind of gauge, the fluctuation in the rating, as well as how many new reviews and average weekly reviews this business is getting. To the right of that, you'll see the rating distribution widget, which shows you how many reviews of each rating the business has. Beneath that, you'll see the social media stats, and I don't think I gathered social media data in this run. I actually had to jump back to this old run to get that data. But if I click that run, you'll see the social media information populated there. I'm going to go back to this other run here. Next, you're going to see these boxes that show you the number of new reviews found and lost reviews compared to the previous report runs. So if I go back to this report run, I think this was a quick test run where I was only gathering the reviews on the first page of each site. So in this run, we only found 56 reviews. Now, if I go to the current run on August 1st, you see here that we have almost 1,400 reviews. So this is actually hyperlinkable, this new reviews and lost reviews. So if I click on this, essentially what it does is it's going to take me to the activity feed, and it's going to show me only new reviews found for this run. So all it really does is it goes here and it clicks this Show New Reviews button. So again, if you see any lost reviews, you can actually click on that to view only the lost reviews for this run. And the last thing I want to go over is that really neat word cloud feature. So I'm going to click on the word cloud here. And again, essentially what this is this is the most common words that people are using to describe this business in all the review text. So these are weighted by how many times we found these words in each of the reviews. So I can actually hover over each of these and I can actually click on these. So if I only wanted to see reviews that say had the word disappointed in it, I can actually click on that word, and essentially what it does is it's going to go to the activity feed and it's going to filter down these reviews based on the word disappointed. So what you're left with is words that only contain the word that you clicked on. So the word cloud is a really neat feature that, this is really the most common things that people are using to describe this business. The words that are bigger are the words that have more occurrences in all the reviews. So that's pretty much it for the word cloud. Actually, there's one other feature. Up here you can choose what length of the word phrases you want to show in the word cloud. So if I only want to show, say, 3 word phrases, I can uncheck the 1 and 2 words. And when I do that, we'll give it a second to update. And the word cloud will simply show me 1 and 2 word, or I'm sorry, 3 word phrases that are most commonly used to describe this business. So that is pretty much it for the reputation management. This summary tab does need a little bit of work as well. The reason I released the reputation management module in its current state is because I didn't want to delay the release any longer. I kind of wanted to get people up and running with this new module, give them the ability to gather all the business's reviews, to be able to filter down these reviews and to be able to export these reviews. That way they can send them to their clients. So what that leaves me with now is the 2 tabs that are not done yet, and they will be completed soon here, and that's the charts tab and the client reporting tab. So for the charts tab, essentially what I'm going to have is charts over time for all the metrics that you see on the summary tab. And for the client reporting tab, I do realize that it is very important that you guys are able to, provide customized client reports with any of the data gathered in this module. So this is going to take me a couple weeks to implement because essentially what I want to be able to do is to allow you guys to create custom HTML reports that contain placeholders. And basically a placeholder will insert any of the data gathered in any of the other tabs into your HTML template. So this will allow you to create customized client reports using any of the data gathered in this module that you'll be able to save to either HTML and PDF formats. And I'm really going to try hard to get this word cloud exported in those client reporting tabs. I'm going to have to find some kind of jQuery plugin that will create a word cloud, but that's such a neat feature, because it's essentially what people are saying most about that business, and I'd really love to be able to get you guys to be able to show that to your clients. So that's all for now. I'm going to go back to work and try to finish up the rest of this module and get these charts implemented, the client reporting implemented, and as well as clean up the summary tab a bit. So I thank you for watching this video and have a great day. Bye now.